guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. We're currently out and about right now in the truck. Got my bike in the back, and today, man, I tried making a massive video today for you guys, but I've been out and about so much. Just filming has been so difficult. It's about 3 o'clock right now. What I was pretty much doing all day was I went to the bike store, because if you guys don't know, the pedals on my bike, this bike has been in a storage unit for years. It hasn't been ridden in like 15 years. It's a very, very old bike, and so pretty much I got new pedals for it because it has clip pedals on it. And if you've never seen clip pedals before, they're very, very small. They're like 2 inches long, and a 2-inch platform to have to rest your feet on and push on is very uncomfortable, unless you have actual clip shoes, because then you're clipped into it. I've had clips on many bikes in the past. I see the benefits, but on this bike in particular, I don't need the clips. So I got the pedals removed because they were so seized on there, I couldn't get them off. So pretty much what I ended up doing was I got the pedals removed from the shop. I went to the shop and I bought new pedals for it, and I bought new grips for it. Now, the grips I didn't really need, but they weren't crazy expensive. And the grips on this bike are so old and worn out, and they're really sticky and kind of gross. They've taken the pedals off for me. They didn't even charge me. Super nice. It literally took the guy like 2 minutes with that. There's a special tool that he used, and yeah, he got the pedals right off. And I can see why that tool is so handy, and I can also see why it's as expensive as it is when it's literally such a simplistic object. So, heading back to the house now. We'll throw the new grips on, we'll throw the new pedals on. We're gonna add to this bike more and more. I wanted to kind of remake this bike as a tribute to my dad, because this was always what he would ride. When I was a kid and I had my little 50cc dirt bike, he was always riding beside me on that bike in the back. And I have more memories of that bike with him and that bike than like anything else. So that bike, I want to kind of pay tribute to him and revamp it a bit, make it all pretty. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys once we're at the house, and yeah, we'll get those pedals installed. Okay, we're back. We are going to be filming with my iPhone today just because I'm going to be really focusing on just getting this shit done. I don't want to be making sure that I'm in and out of focus and shit like that. So yeah, if the quality is a little bit bad, I'm sorry. But I think I'm going to start with the grips, honestly, just because the bike is standing right now. So I might as well just take the grips off and throw the new ones on. Here are the new ones. I'll show you the old ones once I've gotten them off. And these are screw-on grips. Only one side has a screw, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. If it was like a DH bike, I would definitely go to double-sided screws, just because your grip won't go anywhere. But for what I'm doing, it doesn't really matter, as long as there's one screw somewhere. So let's get this guy apart. All right, here are the tiny, tiny screws that hold those grips on. Got those guys off. This guy should just twist right off. Okay, there is a bit of a bar end, so I'm gonna try and pop it off with my knife, but oh. Cool. Alrighty, there's our bar end. She's all mangled, and this guy is supposed to be in there. There's our one grip, and you can see super faded, not very much grip left, and they're old and sticky. And these guys got a lot of life on them. Nice and shiny too. So let's get these bad boys on. Boom, just like that. The new grip is installed. I'll do a close-up once I have the second guy off and the second new one on. There's the second one off. Let's put the second new one on. Alrighty, you guys, she has been re-gripped, and oh, that looks so much better. Got the writing along the top. I evened it out on both sides, so both of the bars are the exact same spots. Those are nice and screwed in. I'm actually quite glad that those are single screws, just because they're just small screws to deal with, and if you've ever stripped a tiny screw like this, there's no return. And you can also break the Allen keys easily because of how tiny these guys are. I'm gonna throw these grips in the garbage because they're old. And yes, they were the original grips on the bike, but here's the thing. I'm known as a cluttery person, and if I keep every single little thing that has sentimental value, I'm not gonna have any more space in this house to walk around in. So that's the only thing. At the end of the day, the bike was what was his, and that's what I'm fixing up at the end of the day. If there's old components on this thing that are just busted, I'm not gonna keep them. It's just a waste, right? So I'm getting rid of all the broken shit on this bike, and we're fixing it so it's like new. That's what the goal is. It's been like 4 years since I've actually been interested in bikes, just because once I started driving cars, cars kind of consumed my life. And I kind of put bikes aside. But the economy's fucked and everything sucks. So bicycles for the win. Because fuck this economy. Let's get those new pedals on. So here are the pedals that we're going to be putting on the bike. They're actually pretty decent. I got them for $15. There were cheaper ones at Walmart. Now these pedals are known for like breaking right here and here. These bits snap very easily. But these ones are pretty heavy and durable feeling. So I have a bit of confidence these should last a little bit longer. Let's open these guys up. Actually, we'll use scissors. Be smart adults here. Alrighty, folks, here are the pedals. And if you don't know how these go on, this bolt right here, it swivels. So your pedal swivels. All you need to do is tighten this guy. There's no bolt on this side, just this guy. So we'll get the bike flipped over. Alrighty, we got our pedals here. So 5/8 wrench. So this guy pretty much goes on like this. You got your hole and you just screw the bolt in. All right, so for some reason, my left pedal is giving me a really hard time. So I've got the right one screwing on perfectly, literally perfectly, like it's going on. Just the left one was just giving me a real hard time, and I don't know why. But just make sure your pedals are on nice and tight. Just put one hand on them and just push down, and that should be good. And then once I've ridden it a little bit, I'll retighten it after a while. Well, would you look at that? I got the left one in literally first try after doing the right one. Okay, well that's kind of nice. Get this guy on. And that should be good. Remember, don't put them on too tight if you know that you're the one that's gonna have to take it off in the end. Because that's usually my mistake, because I always tighten things way too tight. And then like 6 months down the road, I'm the one that has to take it apart. And then I'm like, oh no, I can't even get my own bolts undone. So, we got new pedals on the bike. So, I just flipped the camera for you guys. Alrighty, so we have the pedals nice and secure. Perfect. And got the new grips. This thing is coming together. Now, the next thing I want to focus on when it comes to fixing this bike is some of these cables, how they're starting to fray a little bit, because these are connected to my brakes and my derailleur and stuff. So those cables are pretty important if I want to be changing gears and slowing down. So we'll give these guys a bit of a look at in the next little bit. And if you don't know what these little rubber bits are, it's just so that it doesn't bounce on the frame so much. As you can see, it did a bunch here, so that's why I put the little rubber stoppers. Space them out nicely. There you go. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna take the bike for a little bit of a test ride. I'll bring you guys with me. And yeah, we can kind of just see how it's feeling. And I did also, I forgot to show you guys, I picked up a bike pump as well because, well, I live on my own and I realized, fuck, if I'm gonna have a bike, I should probably have something to inflate the tires with. So let's go take this thing for a test trip and yeah, I'm curious to see how she pedals. We're outside on the bike, let's take it for a test drive because I'm so curious. Well, those pedals feel so amazing. Oh my goodness, look how much space I have. What is rubbing? Well, seems to be riding fine. It just made a weird ass noise for a minute there. I think it might have been my pants rubbing against something or something. Maybe it was a bee, I don't even know. It was like a buzzing noise on like the rubber. But it seems to be riding fine. Grips feel super, super nice and grippy. Love it. And yeah, this has been my main way of transportation, and I've really been enjoying it. It's been nice, it's been different. Being able to just bike around. You know, once I got into cars, like, they really, really consumed my life. Like, I really was spending all of the money I was making at the time on cars. I was just wasting it. I've gone through 7 cars. I'm only 20 years old. And majority of those cars were when I was 18 and 19. And I kind of stopped halfway through being 19. And then I got my fucking Ranger, and that's been it. Now I work decently close, got my bike from storage. Now I can start saving, pimp out the bike. But yeah, if you guys liked today's video, smack that like button, definitely subscribe. If you haven't checked out some of my other videos, definitely go check those out. I've got a lot on the channel, there's gonna be a lot more coming. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.